is. The new Tactacam Reveal cellular trail camera. I'm not going to do an unboxing because there's a lot of information already on the internet, particularly YouTube, about unboxing and quick reviews on this. My review is going to concentrate on the cellular ability of this camera, but most importantly, or just as importantly, the video quality, video and audio quality of this camera, because yes, it does them both. Okay, so I'm going to go on my little rant here. As an elk hunter, the trail camera manufacturers seem to leave us out at times. As an elk hunter, it's very important to me that if I set up a camera over an elk wallow, which for those of you that don't know anything about elk, it's a water hole or a mud hole that the elk jump into, lay down and roll around like a dog rolls around in the grass. But they're trying to get this mud all over them. They're peeing and leaving their scent all over the water to try and make themselves attractive to cow elk. So as an elk hunter, I want to see this action of which ones are hitting this water hole and wallowing in it. That's really important. And nothing aggravates me more than watching my trail camera videos and there's no audio on them. So when the elk bugles while laying in the wallow, you can't hear it. You can see them, but you can't hear it. And just importantly, when that elk bugles while laying in the wallow or standing around the wallow, you need to be able to hear if there's other bull elk in the area also that are bugling back, responding to them. And by listening to the type of bugle they're doing, you understand what language they're talking. Different elk do different kinds of bugles depending what area you're in for an elk area. And in some areas, like where I hunt, the elk have gotten very quiet with their bugles, that they're not doing complete bugles. So you need to hear what part of the bugle they're doing. And more often than not, if an elk hears a bugle response back, and I hear it all the time when I'm hunting in my area, that an elk will bugle and you'll hear 2 or 3 hunters far off distance bugle back at it. And the first thing that bull does is he picks up and he takes off. And 3 minutes later, you hear him bugle a half a mile further down the canyon or downstream on the creek or wherever, down the ridge. And he's bugling back because he's trying to sound where these hunters are at so he knows which way to run away from these hunters. So, anyway, if you're a trail cam manufacturer, it's really important that you have good quality video and audio with it. The other thing is some of my trail cameras that do video, they'll have no audio, and they'll only do like a 15 or 20 second video clip. That's a load of garbage. You need to be able to set your camera for at least a minute. Preferably 2 or 3. And some of the newer cameras coming out will keep recording as long as there's movement. That's great. Anyway, enough of my rant. Video quality. That's where I was concerned what this was like. I set the video yesterday. I set this up in my backyard. My wife has a wildlife sanctuary in our backyard, so it's a good place for me to try out the cameras, the trail cameras, and see how well they do. I set the video quality for 1080p on this, and then I went out and I walked in front of the camera to see if, with my cell phone in my hand, and I wanted to see how long it took to get a response from triggering the camera to where an image showed up on my phone. Now, one thing about this camera, it does not send videos to your phone. It only sends one still image. So that's something that's okay. I can live with that. If it looks like it's something that's really catches my attention, I can make a special trip up to go visit and look at the full video of what I need to see. This camera will allow you to set up to a 59-second video. That's okay. It's not 2 or 3 minutes, but it's much better than 15. So that's something I can live with. I set the camera. What this camera does is it takes one still picture and then it starts recording video. So I'm not sure that still picture is what's getting sent to my phone, because I'm seeing stuff sent to my phone that look like they're halfway through the video. I don't know. It's hard to say. The passive infrared settings, you're going to see that I'm going to play some of the videos here a little bit later in this review, and you'll get a chance to look at the videos. I had the passive infrared, or PIR, set for high sensitivity, and it was picking up every single bird, was tripping it off. So in less than 5 hours of testing, I had 50 photos sent to my cell phone. By the way, the very first photo, it took about 10 to 15 minutes for me to receive the first one. And then after that, it was just probably 2-3 minutes. I think I started getting them, but I was a little bit concerned at first because there was a lengthy delay. So yeah, it's really important, especially if you're going to use this camera for security purposes. So yeah, the delay on the camera sending you phones after you get through that first initial picture or so is acceptable. It's something you can live with, especially because this camera cost it's MSRP like $113. All the online sites are carrying it for $99. I found this on Shields Sporting Goods. There you go. That's a prop for these guys. I found them on the internet. I've never bought from them before, but they said they had the camera in stock. I ordered it, and I got a shipping notification with tracking number the same day. So props to Shields. Amazon. This camera is so hot right now that Amazon, Bass Pro, and Cabela's are all out. And even the Tactacam website shows they're out of stock. So yeah, it's been getting rave reviews, but there was I couldn't find any video clips that would show me the quality of the video that this camera takes, because that's important. So that's what this video you're looking at is going to show you. Alright, now talking about the video. I set the video quality for 1080p. I moved the PIR setting down to medium. Hopefully I won't be picking up all the birds now, but I'm not going to have time. I need to get this out in the field and deployed. I've got 12 days to hunting season, and this thing needs to start clocking. I'm actually going to use it at my hunting camp, not only to monitor animals coming by my hunting camp, because I need to know if the bears are visiting my camp and fixing to do something that I'm not going to be happy about. But I also get elk coming through there too. But just as importantly, if not more importantly, this camera is going to serve as a surveillance camera for my hunting camp. So if I get some nefarious characters, I'm not going to call them hunters, because real true hunters don't mess with other people's stuff that doesn't belong to them. If you've seen some of my videos, you'll see that I've had some issues with some of my cameras, with some people coming around, and you just feel like they have to mess with them. Anyway, this camera is going to conduct surveillance for my hunting camp, so I can get fairly quick notification. It takes, if you're on an ATV, it probably takes you 25 minutes to get out of there and back to the gate that you go around to get into the back road. But if they're on foot, it's at least an hour to get out of there. So that gives me time to contact law enforcement if I'm not available or in the area close enough because I'm working or something. So I can get somebody up there to intercept these fine folks and take care of the situation, shall we say. Anyway, so getting back to the camera video, I had it set for 1080p on the videos you're going to look at. Calling it 1080p is a bit of a stretch by the manufacturer. I have a couple other video cameras that do, one does 720p, which is called HD, and another camera that does 1080p, which is full HD. So this is supposed to do full HD. The reality is, the 8-man camera that I have that does 720p, by the way, with 8-man, I bought 3 of those cameras. 2 of them had to go back. The one that I have was a replacement for a defective one. So I haven't had really good luck with them, although this camera, the 8-man I have, has done pretty well for the last 2-3 years. I don't know how I got the luck of the draw on this one that held together. The other camera that does the 1080p or the full HD I have is a Bushnell. I think it's a Tropicam HD, something like that, 24 megapixel or something. I don't remember exactly, but you can tell the difference between a 720p video and a 1080p video. There's quite a world of difference in the quality, and especially if you're going to be uploading video onto like a YouTube or something like that, or Facebook. It really makes a difference on having 1080p and the clarity and what the audience is going to be able to enjoy. Calling this 1080p is a really stretch, from at least from the videos that you're going to see what I'm going to post here, show you a little bit later on this review. But they're still adequate for what I need, and the audio seems to pick up really great, which is real important for getting those elk bugling. Now, once I put a bear box over this, or a security box, I am not sure how that audio is going to react, but they don't have the bear box available yet. Supposedly Tactacam is coming out with one on September 1st. I'll have to see if I can get one and try it out, and hopefully by the time I get done doing a second review about this camera and showing you some really good wildlife shots, I'll have a better idea on how the audio clarity is going to come through. So there you go. I am going to start off with the still shots after I get done blabbering here. Show you those. The camera was set for 8 megapixel. I could have set it for higher than that. So every picture it took, every trigger that happened, it took one picture and one 59-second video. For 8 megapixel pictures, actually pretty good for still photos. For the audio, not audio, the video, it's adequate. We can use that. Hopefully, we'll see. So there you go. Pictures of my wife's in our backyard, our wildlife sanctuary, so you get to see some of the pheasants come running in. And if you listen carefully on the audio, on one of the shots where the quail are all on the salt block, you can hear the rooster pheasant squawking. It's pretty funny. We get to hear this all the time living here, so we love it here. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to start showing the videos and the still pictures. And bottom line, I would say buy it. $8 a month. I got 500 photos. I took 50 photos in less than 5 hours. So a 500 photos per month plan would last me less than 10 days out in the field if it was tripping on birds all the time. So I'm hoping by reducing that the quality down to the sensitivity down to medium, it's going to alleviate that. I'll keep you posted on the second review. Here we go. Oh, and thanks for watching. If you like what you see, give me a thumbs up or like and subscribe, whatever. The typical spiel there. And peace out.
You will come eat? Here you go, Barney. Come on. Daddy.
Well, hey there.